What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and the 2016 MacBook Pro is here with performance enhancements across the board, a slimmer design, a new color option, with so much more, and overall, it's a pretty great piece of hardware. But I've got a few minor suggestions to make here, and be sure to leave this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below if you agree with anything I'm saying. First off, the MacBook Pro's new touch bar is mostly useless in its current iteration. Don't get me wrong, the innovation here is quite amazing, and I'm actually a fan of the direction Apple is headed in, but I find most of these pretty little touch bar features flat out dumb. And not only that, but like every new Apple feature, we're now waiting on all of these other apps to play catch up with compatibility. So basically, they're creating a solution to a problem that didn't exist for the sake of being innovative, but only innovative with the MacBook Pro's pricing. But we'll get into that a little later. Sure, you can do some pretty neat things like sift through the perfect emoji to use while in the Messages app, but that's not really going to turn any heads, now is it? Now, some of these features I have found slightly useful, like the ability to jump through months in the Calendar app instead of clicking around a ton, or even the means to quickly scrub through a song or a video. But again, none of these are life-changing, and I'd argue that they're not much of a time saver either. Even features in quote professional applications such as Final Cut Pro seem a bit restrictive. There's just not much here that I can't do just as quickly with a mouse, and in my opinion, if the touch bar were to be anything useful, it should somehow be placed between the keyboard and the trackpad, you know, right where your hand always naturally rests. With that said, let's move on to another topic of controversy, the ports, or well, lack thereof. This year, Apple left us with 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports with a USB Type-C connecting point and a headphone jack, and that means 4 ports for everything. Now, on a Pro machine, I ain't even mad, honestly. Some people are upset with the massive amounts of dongles and adapters needed, but as a video guy, I'm carrying around a ton of that crap anyway. The only thing that really saddens me here is the lack of Magsafe and the fact that Apple doesn't include the power extension cable in the box anymore, so that will cost you an extra $19. So now that I'm done dumping on a couple of things, let's talk about all of the goodness here, and back to the touch bar we go. And it's a pretty amazing accomplishment in terms of actual technology. Apple found a spot on the keyboard that was mostly useless and subjectively put it to use. Now, I'm not going to be missing or crying about any of the function keys being gone because I just don't care for them, and you can easily bring them back by holding down the function key. So I think replacing them with something was a good move. And I'm also a big fan of the fact that the touch bar can be customized and reorganized, and you can choose from a variety of functions and shortcuts, which is pretty cool. But again, still kind of useless. I love the fact that we now have Touch ID on a MacBook, but I feel like that could have been done without the touch bar. Touch ID works great though, just as it does on an iPhone, and it'll be nice to see it implemented in other password required areas, because right now it's really only used to unlock the computer and Apple Pay. Another big change here is with the keyboard. It's now built to be more like the 12-inch MacBook, and I actually love the typing experience here. It's just better. And on each side of that keyboard, there are some pretty amazing speakers, which are much louder than the previous generation and sound pretty awesome to my ears. One of the few things here that looks very out of place with the new MacBook Pro happens to be that novelty-sized trackpad. It is freaking huge, but I absolutely love it. And it doesn't affect typing or anything, and it just makes so many things better for me just having a larger trackpad that basically fits my entire hand. Here's the biggest issue though with the new MacBook Pro. If you're not into a touch bar, a larger trackpad, and the lack of ports, you're very unlikely to accept the higher price range that it comes in at now. And if we chalk it up to basics for the average consumer, you're almost getting less for more unless you appreciate a slimmer design, better speakers, and will make use of all of the new bells and whistles here. Sure, there are some models that will perform faster than others for more cash, but do me a favor. Save the extra money and buy last year's model. You'll be just as happy and have far less to complain about in life. This is a great laptop, but not great enough for the money. But let me know what you think about the 2016 MacBook Pro in the comments section below, and be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more reviews like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is Dom, and I'll catch you in the next video.